Morning, Ali, Andy. Hope you're doing well.
We're
Good,
doing
Mark.
well, mate. We're doing well. Thanks very much. Enlighten us, mate, with the story. What's been happening with it, please?
So we have a morning show every morning at 10 o'clock where we talk about Manchester United news. And yesterday morning, there was a headline of what next for Marcus Rashford. And I think it was something along the lines of, on the thumbnail, on the Twitter headline, we said, Marcus Rashford, future in doubt, question mark. And then Marcus Rashford has replied, or someone on Marcus Rashford's Twitter account, because let's be honest, not all players are using their own Twitter account, and said something along the lines, please stop these malicious lies, which has then caused a pile on from the media and a lot of United fans and a lot of football fans, which I just find it outrageous. But I'd be interested to get your lads' thoughts as ex-players.
The question mark is what is it? What is so in doubt about Marcus Rashford's future? Enlighten me on that. What is it you're actually saying by that? Because it's quite vague. Are you saying that Ten Hag don't fancy him? Are you saying that his form's not good enough? He should be booted out. Someone else should be coming in. But a lot of that's not particularly true and not going to happen. So what is behind that headline?
So from our point of view, that's just simply about what is Marcus Rashford's future at Manchester United. He's been a key and important player for Man United for the first year of Ten Hag's reign. But this season, he's been very, very poor. Obviously, there's all the stuff that has happened last week with regards to discipline issues, although I personally think he was injured on Saturday and was left out for that reason. But what is his future at Manchester United? He's the best paid player at Manchester United. He's the star player of the team, and yet he's not performing. So we've got a young player in Garnacho coming through. If he starts performing in the absence of Rashford's consistency, what is the future for Marcus Rashford? And this is the sort of content we do. It's this. I was listening to talkSPORT yesterday with Martin O'Neill and Simon Jordan, and they was talking about it for half an hour themselves. It's just conversation about a player who is one of the best players England have, and what's going on with him and what his future is. And I agree, there is absolutely no way he's up for sale, and we didn't even mention that. So it's an overreaction from a player that really, in my opinion, should be focusing on Manchester United training and getting himself back in form and not spending time on Twitter, because I don't think the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and top players do that.
Well, it's funny, Mark, from where I'm sitting, and I wouldn't claim to know everything about it, I think you guys are well within your rights to chat about the possibilities and the prospects, because that's what we do. In fact, we do it every day. So I don't think there is a problem with that. But it's just his comment of to stop spreading malicious rumours. That's probably the little bit that I can't really understand, because I think you're well with it. As I say, we do it ourselves. We do it every morning. It's our job. So I don't have a problem with MD discussing people's careers, discussing people's form and things like that. But it's just his line of stop spreading malicious rumours I found strange.
Yeah, definitely. And I was disappointed with it on a personal note, because obviously I've been doing this for many years and we've built an amazing community of honesty and opinion. And it's not always, following what maybe a traditional newspaper would. We will call out, this player's probably not good enough, we need to sell him in the summer. That's the conversation you have down the pub. But relation to Marcus Rashford, I've always been a massive fan of his. From the day he came into the team to now, he's always been one of my favourite players. I think I said in January, he could win a Ballon d'Or if he could keep this form up consistently. Now, the problem with Rashford is he doesn't have that consistency for whatever reason. But if he can, that's why he's paid 350 grand a week. That's why he's been given the contract. That's why he is mentioned so much, because let's be honest, if he was just an average English player, we wouldn't even be talking about him now. So I don't know whether it's the people around him. I don't know whether it's his PR. I don't know whether it's about spinning a positive or not. But to level malicious claims against us was shocking, because I cannot understand what the context of that is. Because as an outlet, we know Rashford's not playing well, but there is no malicious intent against Marcus Rashford. So I felt a little bit targeted, but that's the world, and everyone's got a right to have an opinion, and that's our response.
And Mark, we've had some text there. A chap called Ross has said the United stand have tried to scapegoat Marcus Rashford. Ultimately, he has the right to defend himself if they are spreading these sort of rumours. I mean, and there's. Listen, you understand that. That's the business that we're all working in. That if every now and again, and probably because you are a Manchester United podcast, he probably feels perhaps even more compelled to actually come out and deny perhaps what you're saying.
Yeah, look, we've got a massive audience, but at the end of the day, I don't think he was tweeting talkSPORT yesterday because Martin O'Neill and Simon Jordan were saying, it's a disgrace that he's out partying on the night of a Manchester derby.
No, but we're not just a United podcast here.
Yeah.
We talk about everyone and everything.
Yeah, I accept that. But also, I think, and I'm probably not doing myself any favours here. He clearly doesn't watch the content, is what I'm saying. He's seen a headline and he's reacted to it, because if he watched the content, he wouldn't be saying that we're malicious, because we're not against Marcus Rashford, definitely.
Mark, looking at back to the football, big win at the weekend. Obviously, Ferran Bruno's late strike, a very valuable and welcome 3 points. However, the big games keep on coming. Massive game in Copenhagen tomorrow. Yeah,
massive. I mean, look, it's funny, isn't it? Because last week the story was all about Ten Hag, and I think there was this real push for him to be the first Premier League sacking him. And I can't believe we're in November, lads, and there's no one been sacked, which is good. It's good. But that win on Saturday was fantastic. There are some United fans out there that are like, oh, it wasn't a good performance, but that was no way a good performance. I'm sure you've been in those situations maybe yourselves where, it's survival football. And the thing I liked is that it was a late goal, which shows the players are playing to the end. They're playing for the fans. They're playing for the manager. More of the same against Copenhagen. I'm not really that interested in whether we play well or win 4 or 5 or play Ange ball or Pep ball or anything like that. And the same against Luton into the international break. Let's win these 2 games, build a bit of momentum, just show the fans that, they're behind the manager. And then let's get this season back on track. And it's a big game tomorrow. If we don't win, we've already lost twice in the Champions League. So it's another huge game.
Yeah, massive, Mark. Thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.